Welcome everyone. We are here with Dhruv. We will talk about his music career and how he started. So I would like to ask you first. I know you started with music when you were 14.
Yeah.
Right? But then you, even though music was still part of your, like the love of your life or whatever you want to call it, you still went into engineering.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty big in India, yeah. Becoming an engineer, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And you've been here in Canada for around 8 months, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you've been here in Canada 8 months.
Pretty new, yeah.
And when did you start, when did you embrace music as your career and, left the engineering side of it?
Yeah, it's gonna sound a little bit embarrassing. Actually not embarrassing, but I really like, there's this boy band. And everybody used to be really into it, and it's called Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
As a kid, I used to love their songs, and I'm talking about the era of MP3.
Yeah.
So we used to have these CDs, and we would play them over and over and over till we used to get scratches all over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, and I started learning their songs, and writing the songs just by listening to it, then reversing it, listening again just to write it completely.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So yeah, then I learned Show Me the Meaning and all those songs, and kind of like started growing on me because I was never big into music before that.
Oh, wow.
Because my sister is a well-trained classical Indian singer.
Oh, wow.
So she also did her studies actually. But I was really interested in, so it's a funny story how I got into engineering. Like I was really interested in archaeology, like Egyptian civilization.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, I was really into that, and I thought I want to be an archaeologist, but I never knew how,
Yeah.
I was just a kid, so. And
I think maybe a lot of kids go through that kind of phase. I did go through that as well. I was like, paleontology, and then I was like, no, archaeology, and then I knew there was like a specific, like, you can be an Egyptologist.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, that's so specific, I want to be that.
I never even heard of the term.
I know, it's so crazy. So yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
And so then what happened, like, once you were like starting into like the scientific kind of?
Because I think if I take it as a human behavior spectrum, it would say that I like to go deep into whatever I was doing, like really go focused into it. So I would say I told my parents that, hey, I want to be an archaeologist.
Very serious then.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I would say I was, at the same time, 12-year-old. 12-year-old. I used to watch Discovery Kids, Discovery all day. And then they were like, okay.
Sure, yeah.
What is that? Right? So, but when they found out that I had to do biology for that, become a medical student, go through all of the hoops, and then only I could maybe get a grant from the government, and that's how you become an archaeologist. And when I got to know about that, I was like,
maybe it's not really so much of my interest.
And then my parents came with a shoulder, right, a hand over my shoulder, and goes like, hey, there's also this non-medical thing, a lot of people are doing it. Maybe you should do that. You know why? Because
everybody's doing it.
The book size is really small as compared to biology, and you get good money. As a kid, we were always like, hey, if I get money and good money, I can buy all the toys I need.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why I went for engineering.
So it wasn't really because you felt passionate about it. It was
because I liked. Actually, as I told you, I like going, extensively. I like researching about a lot of stuff. So that became kind of like my behavior, and that is one of the reasons I started writing.
Oh.
So I started writing. I went for non-medical. Then I found other. The music always went on the side.
Okay.
But when I went for college, I made 2 bands. I started singing.
Were they boy bands as well?
No, they were like hard rock.
Okay.
So I really got into it, and I stopped studying for engineering, and then I flunked
Yeah.
2 or 3 tests. Then I was like, oh, okay.
That can happen when you
Yes.
start studying.
A lot of the things went by like that, but finally I became an engineer.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Like once you were being, you were doing like exercising your profession.
Yeah.
When did you decide like no, this isn't really making me happy? I want like when did music stop being a side thing?
Yes. So like as I told you, I had 2 bands, and I started growing really passionate about what I was doing. Because I never learned music anywhere, and even actually in the first year of my college, there used to be one of my friends, and he was really into Nirvana, and we used to play Nirvana all the time, but I was more into rapping then.
Okay.
So I've actually gone through a lot of transition when it comes to music. So I've been from Backstreet Boys, of course, and then a lot of Hindi, like Atif Aslam, a lot of Indian artists as well, Indian and Pakistani artists. And so I started singing, and I used to sing 6 hours every day.
Oh.
I got really crazy, right? Yeah, I used to shut my door and sing, maybe not 6 hours, then 3 hours, so every day. I really started enjoying it, kind of like became my own meditation. So, I forgot what was the question.
Like when I guess you're sort of answering it. Like when did music stop being a side thing, and then you were like, I mean, if you were already singing for so long, I guess it started to grow into a bigger thing within you.
Like in school, I started writing a lot. Like I used to write expressions on human behavior and whatnot, kind of like psychology and philosophy. That kind of became my way of expressing the feelings that I had.
Like as a hobby, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. And I used to write a lot, and even on my laptop, I used to write a lot. Anything that I could find. But
do you still have those like?
Yeah. Those expressions that I have it in my hard disk. So.
Oh, nice. Do you have anything by hand, like that you wrote?
Yeah, that's still in India, maybe. Might be.
But it might be, yeah.
Yeah. So I went with that, and kind of in the first year of, as I was talking about, like my friend used to play guitar, and I got really crazy about guitar, right? I saw him playing, and he was so cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I need to
I
learn
want to do
this.
that.
Yeah, I want to do that. So I got the guitar for my birthday, and then I started, just playing by myself. I don't know what I'm doing, but I was just, beating.
Trying to figure out like the sound of it. And,
Yeah. And
how old were you?
I would say back then I was 17 now. So, 17, 18. And I started learning guitar, and then a friend of mine bought this new phone by Sony Ericsson, Those were like really famous in India back then.
In Mexico as well.
The Walkman series of Sony Ericsson.
Yeah.
So,
I had a Sony Ericsson.
well, and you were cool.
It wasn't really. I used to forget it at home, and like I'm really bad with like with the phone, like having it on me all the time and like answering it. I'm really bad with it. Really, really bad with it, and I've been really bad with it since they started being a thing with like kids. I was like, I can use it for a while, and then I'm just like, I feel weird having to be always communicated the whole time.
You're Earth's own kid.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm just really bad. I've gotten better, but Paco usually sometimes like tell me like just answer, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at answering the phone. So you had like Sony Ericsson was a big thing in India as well, and you started playing guitar.
And in that Sony Ericsson, there was this one model which had a software that used to have guitar chords.
Oh wow!
So I started making those chords on paper from my friend's phone. And I used to go home, practice them,
Mm-hmm.
and I learned the guitar, and now I can play.
Wow! I don't think we had that. Well, maybe I didn't have that kind of.
Maybe it's
software.
it's the later model, not the Walkman series, but the later one.
Mm.
Yeah, it had a software which showed you chords, just like ultimateguitar.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every other guitar.
Are we sponsored by Ultimate Guitar?
No, hopefully.
Okay, so
Can we be sponsored by?
yeah, please. Please.
Yeah, there's talent. I mean, you just need to help us out here.
I will give you some mezcal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tits for tats.
Yeah. I think that's how I went into. And yeah, about your question, the main answer. Sorry, I gave very elaborate
It's
answers.
okay. That's how you
Yeah.
when you talk with your friends. It's pretty much how you.
So after engineering, and I used to have 2 bands, and I really liked doing that. The stage, it really got to me, and I really enjoyed it. That was the only time I felt like I could actually express myself completely. And after that, when I stopped, when the engineering was completed, I was not. I was working as an engineer, and then I started feeling this, unsettling kind of a vibe. It's like I really need to sing.
Yeah.
Because now you are accustomed to it, right? You want to do it maybe once a week.
Because you were doing it 6 times.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 hours. a
Yeah, I
day,
was still
so,
doing it.
Yeah.
Even with the job and everything, that became kind of like my stress buster. So I found this radio, and I started singing over there, and
This was in
in
India?
India,
Okay.
I sang for like 4 years. I worked with them.
Oh, wow.
To actually get it out of my system, whatever I was feeling. Every time I used to feel that, hey, I need to just sing, and I used to get free recordings, so that was killer deal for me.
Wow, yeah.
So, and they're still doing that show. Like right now, even they're playing my songs in India as well.
Oh, nice.
So that's so heartwarming for me, and they really liked it actually, and it became 4 years long. So.
Wow. Well, I mean, you have a video on YouTube that has like 100,000 views.
Oh yeah.
Is it one of those songs?
No, that's my original. Yeah.
Oh.
That is another story.
Okay, but so how did you? Okay, so let's go. Let's have it like in parts. I think this is sometimes a bit like stumbling, but so I mean, then we can both understand each other too. So that
Oh yeah, we need to do this. Scam sessions. Sure.
Cheers.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah. Cheers
The
to that.
way they say they do it in Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's really nice. We also have like orange wedges on the side, and then we're like.
It's like that. So I always used to do it. I used to call it my shot, like my kind of shot. What we used to do is we used to go to Chili's in India. Are we small? No, not Chili's. But yeah, we used to go to this random Tex-Mex place.
Mm-hmm. There's Tex-Mex in what? In India?
Yeah.
There's Tex-Mex in India.
Oh yeah. Definitely. We have TTF. We have Chili's. And yeah. Like India's having 4.
I mean, I get chili, but like I don't know. It's
India's
just
having 4 big cities. Like Delhi. And I live near Delhi. I'm from Chandigarh. Chandigarh is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, they consider. Like, anyway, I'm not promoting tourism in India, but I want to. Go to India. Actually, yeah, we have killer tourism. So, but anyway, a lot of good places in India, and
I mean, like all of the big franchises.
Yeah.
Like,
they've made it, like TGIF, Chili's, and
like Applebee's and.
no, not Applebee's, and
No, just Chili's.
Chili's and anything with spice.
Okay.
Is welcome in India.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So you had. Sorry, I totally made you sidetracked.
No, it's okay. It's like, yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Nice. So I forgot what we were talking about.
You were talking about something about how so I know what we were talking. We were talking about how I got into music after being an engineer and working.
Yeah.
The turning point, I would say, came when I kept on doing this job for 3 years. Like I went becoming a senior automation engineer for a big company in India. It was a power plant. So I was working in their steel melting shop, and so I was like, okay, so till that time I've made like 100 tracks, right? I started writing, I started creating music in college. I made a lot of songs. We used to perform my originals.
Okay.
And then I started to keep on, recording it, keeping it on my laptop, hard disk, creating demos, whatever. But back then I did not know how to actually record on a software, right?
Okay.
So I started making these files like, in a folder. And then I realized now I have 100 songs. And one day I had a dream. It's always going to be dramatic with me, to be honest.
We love drama.
Of course. And yeah, me too. So one day I had a dream, and in that dream, I was a guy in the crowd that didn't know how to sing.
Oh.
And I was watching a guy sing so well. And in that dream, that line that made me change everything was that I said, "Oh my God! If only if I could sing like that, I will never stop singing." And I woke up. It was a nightmare for me.
Yeah, I bet, like terrifying. You're like, what? I can't sing.
Yeah, so it's like I woke up and I'm like, okay, I can sing. I believe in at least I believe that there are like rebirths. So it's like in this life, I can't sing.
So I should take.
So why am I not doing it?
Yeah.
Why am I? And I have 100 songs. Like I should actually go out and paint the town red, as they say, and just sing. And that's part of it when I realized. And then some other things happened. A little bit, like some personal situations happened, and I quit my job after listening to Coraline's "All I Want." Not all I want. One day it's there and then it's gone. How are you still holding on? There's this song by Coraline before they went big with "All I Want." One day, I think that's the name of the song, and it says that one day it's here and then it's gone. How are you still holding on? For the life of me, I used to think they used to say, how are you still holding on?
Oh.
But that day, I was just, this song just came on. I was thinking about some, something situation that I was going through. And then it went like, it clicked so instantly like that. How are you still holding on? It said, it's moments, it's situations, it's incidents, it's about whatever is happening in your life. You say that one day it's here and then it's gone.
Yeah.
And you think you're holding on to it, you're not holding on to anything.
Yeah.
It will slip away. So whatever you want to do. Because I wrote one line once, it goes like, if life is unpredictable, we all will go like life is unpredictable. So I went like, if life is unpredictable, why are we? Like, why are we predictable?
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to go with it.
Nice.
So after that, I decided I may live in a palace, I may live on the streets, but I will only do music.
Wow.
So yeah, that's
a really cool story.
Yeah. Honestly, maybe it's the combination. I think I'm a writer now. I'm just kidding.
And so I remember now why I was getting sidetracked. So you started, like, you had this like epiphany, and you like, I really want to just like start just doing what I love to do and what I'm good at, because it's now when I can do this, right? But then you also mentioned that you were singing it on like this radio show. Were you singing like first like your own songs, or just like doing like covers?
It was all covers.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
But like live and everything, and then
Yes.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, I did a couple of shows over there as well on the radio, and with the covers, the good thing is like I like performing music in my own way.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I'm performing, I just make it my own.
Yeah. Nice. And then you mentioned you had like they gave you like free recordings.
Yeah.
And they were also like just covers, or were those free recordings? Okay. I was like, or was it more like, oh, can I do one song?
Yeah, I actually recorded one song, and it's a song without any metronome. So I just recorded.
So it's unpredictable.
It's unpredictable. Oh wow! Yeah, and it's on Spotify as well.
Oh,
it's
nice.
a Hindi track, and it's Ja Chuka Hoon, and that means I have already left.
Oh.
That's what it means. Like that's the song.
What's that song about?
It's about I have already left. Like I've already. It's like there are some. It's about relationships, right? That.
Like if you wanted to tell me something, if you wanted to, like I'm not there.
Yeah, I'm not even there anymore. It's like I tried, and I'm still in the relationship, but a part of me has already left this relationship. Yeah, that's the kind of a song that it's about.
Okay.
I don't always write about sad, miserable stories. I like drama, but I like Japanese too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you find, like, when you write music, are you usually, when you write music, going through something? Or is it more like it comes whenever you just want to write and express whatever you're going through, whether that be sad, happy, like...
Yeah, that's a nice question, actually. And honestly, it started that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of the artists, they start writing, anyone who is writing, because it's easier and it is so much more than 100% relatable.
Yeah.
When you start writing, that you write about what you are going through.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to write, I would say go for because it's just like writing a journal. But I think for me it started that way. I started writing about what I used to feel. Slowly, I think practice makes everybody perfect. So I went for that, and slowly it became kind of like my escape, right? And when you start finding escape in writing, I would say then you can become, and then I,
better at it.
Better at it, and also like I started channeling a lot of empathy.
Okay.
And also relatability. If you want to create a character, just like acting, right? And people create a character and they get into it, like into their shoes, start feeling that they're going through this and that. That's how it happens. Sometimes I used to get these ideas, these overwhelming stories. Sometimes I used to be watching a movie, and then suddenly there will be a scene which could go the other way in my head. But it goes a different way. But then I start thinking about, okay, so
what if this would have happened?
This would have happened. So in a parallel universe that was happening. So I took that parallel universe and I created a song on that, something like that. So that's how I started writing after that. I started thinking about how things would be. Like I started living my imagination.
Yeah.
To write.
Nice.
Yeah, and that actually felt really good. But yeah, writer's block is a thing, and I hate it. And I think a lot of people will resonate with me on this, whoever is, writing stuff. But yeah.
How have you worked through a writer's block?
I used to really, actually that kind of really flew into with the flow. Yeah. So what I used to do was I wanted to do music, but I also wanted to do a lot of things in my life, right? Like random stuff, apart from what you like and what is called hobbies.
Yeah.
So I like writing, music. I used to be into skateboarding, and then also writing. Like riding a bike, motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I love traveling, especially I love the mountains. And in India it was easier because I live in on the footsteps of Himalayas.
Yeah.
So every summer, like I used to try and go to the deep sector of mountains, the Himalayas. Like really, it's like you can hear your heart beat over there. It's so
Yeah.
quiet. So
Oh.
it was so pretty, so beautiful, and I used to go there
Nice.
if I could. If I could not, then yeah, I would just take a break. I like taking breaks.
So you need to like, yeah, I guess if you're going through a writer's block, you sort of like disconnect from the routine in your life and just go, you go to nature
Yeah, I
and
like.
try to have like that
I would say,
reconnecting moment.
Yeah, for me it was like, for me it was really easy to open up when I was in nature.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the human connection with nature because we are also a part of nature.
Yeah.
But after being in a city, you go into nature. I know it sounds a cliche,
But it is true.
but it is true. Yeah.
Because I feel like, so when you're in the city, you're in like wherever you live and you're going through all your activities that you always go through every day, you sort of forget how to, like, I don't know how to explain this in a way that doesn't sound like weird, but like you forget to sort of think for yourself, like
Yeah.
as a human being.
Exactly.
Because you're just like sort of like
Caught up.
like fulfilling needs and like like invented needs. Like there, it's not really like the only thing you need is just to like you need to breathe, you need to drink
Go back to
water,
basics.
eat and sleep. Yeah. So whenever you go to nature, it's like, well, that's basically what you do. You eat,
Yes.
breathe, sleep,
Exactly.
and that's it. So I feel like it's a way of like, you're forced to just think about yourself and about how you feel. And
Right.
so it's kind of like a mirror, I guess.
Yep. And I used to find myself going over there and just going into some quiet little kind of like a homestay kind of places and just stay there and just stare at the mountain for 2 hours and do nothing and maybe write and then take a walk,
Nice.
take a ride, and then it was quite peaceful. But which actually brings me this balance in this city, to be honest. Like I came to Canada last year as well, and oh my god, it's really beautiful over here. It's like so pretty, and I love the balance. Like 2 weeks ago I went to the West Vancouver lighthouse, and you know that trail when you go to see the lighthouse, there's a trail over there after West Vancouver.
I was like, I haven't seen much. Shamefully.
And no, you should. Plenty of time and
Yeah.
plenty of places. It's like so many trails, and we went there. And while I was coming back, it was time of the sunset. So the sunset was happening, and I was crossing a bridge, and I'm watching North Vancouver side, which is beautiful. And then I was watching the city, and I was like, oh my god, how can it exist? It's such a perfect ecosystem where you have
The best
mountains,
of both worlds.
you have the mountains, you have river, you have
Sea,
lakes, you have
lakes.
sea, you have beaches, you have everything over here.
Yeah.
And rain.
And
But
rain, a lot of rain.
Yeah, but I'm yet to discover that.
Yeah. It's not going to be that fun. But, I mean, I guess you can't have it all.
Yeah.
But you learn to appreciate the...
This is quite the abundance, I would say.
Yeah, it's so beautiful over here. Nice, yeah. So that's how you get away from,
Yes.
or you push through a writer's block.
I would say if it helps, but sometimes it just goes by itself. Yeah.
So, and then you were mentioning like, since you were very young, you were listening to a bunch of like Backstreet Boys and like rock music and then like rap. Do you feel, I don't know if this holds true to you as well, but do you feel that once you moved away from India, you're like, I listened to a bunch of Western music. Like I sort of forgot about my own like the music that is typical from my
Right.
country, and like
Yeah.
now I appreciate it more, but only because you left. I don't know if that, because that's sort of what happened with me. I mean, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of things that we don't really treasure from our country.
Ah.
And I started to question a lot, like my own tastes. Like it's all a lot of like colonized taste.
Yeah.
You know, how do I like decolonize my taste, and how do I know if this is still like what I really appreciate about,
Yes.
you know, my own country? Is it still like biased or not, or I don't know.
To be honest, like
I mean, it's still music, it's still beautiful.
yes.
Like all music is beautiful,
And
but
to be honest, like and I've been seeing a different kind of music has been surfacing, and
yeah.
it's going worldwide, and like from K-pop to
Yeah.
Spanish music, and now even like even some Russian songs are right now on mainstream, and yeah, that's so good to hear, and they are actually, they sound so perfectly made, and yeah, a couple of them are also on my playlist. I like listening to music, different kind of music, and yeah, I'm liking that. And to be honest, like I have been performing all over India and like Asia, like Thailand, Vietnam, places like that, and also got a chance to perform in Dubai. And fun fact about Dubai, you know, there are Uber helicopters in Dubai.
Yes, I do
Yeah.
know that. I don't know why. I do know that, which
Wow.
is insane.
Didn't get a chance, but yeah, definitely on my list. But yeah, to be honest, like I've been performing Indian music, so I mix up everything. I've been known to, whenever I perform, I like mixing up Hindi with English and even urban Punjabi, something like that.
Nice.
So I completely, and that's kind of like my selling point that actually made me help my career.
Okay, yeah.
Because I like to perform with all I've got.
Yeah.
Like I perform with energy. I like that because I enjoy whatever I'm singing.
Yeah.
That's how I want to live my life. Because I didn't know the importance of this saying that people used to say that, hey, work, if you're working, do what if you want to do, make a living, do what you love.
Yeah.
And then you won't work a day.
Yeah.
Right? They used to say that, and I never understood the importance of that. And whenever I get on stage, I like performing all of those mashups that I made with covers, and that's kind of like my selling point. So I use Hindi music a lot because in India, of course, you're going to perform Hindi a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that has been, and I even try to use some of the elements in my English music as well.
Oh, nice.
And also, yeah. I used to have a big band. I have a big band in India as well right now.
Okay.
It's a 7-piece band, and we used to have all those Indian percussions like tabla and also Arabic darbuka, something like that, djembe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And yeah, we used to add a lot of percussions into the sector, and we used to perform even some songs like even if I was performing a song by some major English artists, like mainstream music,
You would still
we used to add
all
a
the
lot
percussions
of,
and yeah.
a lot of percussions if it's made it sound better.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, well done then.
Yeah, that's why I like listening to a lot of music, different kind of music.
Yeah. It enriches your like
Yeah.
not just your knowledge, but like in general your the way you appreciate and like distinguish other like rhythms and tastes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I guess you sort of end up being like forced into like being embraced by like all of the culture. I mean, you're from India, but like if I were to listen like to all of your music, I'm like, well, I'm now like I sort of feel like I'm embracing or being embraced by Hindi culture or so I guess that's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're listening all like you're learning how to appreciate like all of the rhythms and like even though it's a cover song or whatever.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And that's the part of what we like doing. We used to do a lot of improv on stage. So yeah.
Nice. And you played recently at Guilt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel going on stage? And
I started following Guilt & Co. like a year ago,
okay.
before even I knew that I was, my dates were not set to come over here. But yeah, I started following it, and because when I checked, it's one of the really good places, and I really enjoy it. Actually, to be honest, coming to Canada has not been tough. Actually,
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Nice.
because people have been so welcoming, and people are nice. It's what the world says about Canada. It's actually true. You come over here and people are actually welcoming, and they are able to, they give you your space.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you're welcome here. It's not, yeah. And I talked to Guilt & Co. and I sent them videos, and they were so welcoming and appreciative of what I had, and they gave me a spot, and I was like, wow, that was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I performed there. All of my friends showed up, and yeah, they have always been,
Very
here.
supportive.
Yeah, here, yes, of course. It's like even on the first show that I performed here at Second Floor Gastown, yeah, even a lot of my friends were there as well.
Oh.
So yeah, when I went to Guilt & Co., I performed, and I started enjoying it so much that I did not even sing one cover. I sang all originals.
Oh, wow. Nice. Well done.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
And yeah, and that's where I got you guys to invite me over here.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we received a bunch of like really good comments because I wasn't there, but we got really good comments about you. So
Wow.
So it was nice.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers to that. I can't. Yeah, I was like, there's a moment when it's like, oh yeah, that's why we sip.
Yeah.
Because if you have like big chunks of like, it starts to burn. So it's just nice to sip.
Yes. And the beer helps.
Yeah, the beer. Yeah.
It actually goes with it.
Right? Yeah, that's why we have
French
it.
beer with Mexican mezcal.
I mean, maybe not that one.
No, that's...
but it's still nice. Yeah.
It's diversity.
Yeah. It's Canada,
drinking.
so we just need to mix it up.
Yeah. So...
and then when you were... when you decided to change from engineering to like full-time, I'm going to just go for it. Do you still have thoughts sometimes of like, oh, what did I do? Or are you like really like happy now? I mean, I guess you still have those moments of like,
Exactly.
oh my God, like self-doubt, and it can happen. But have you ever actually regretted it? Because like you're probably, I mean, I don't know, but you're probably happier.
Yeah. And again, I have a very dramatic answer for that.
Go
but
for
it's
it.
not a very big story. It's a small answer. I would say whenever we used to meet up at college, in college, right? We used to meet up, have our, night outs. You used to go out with friends, and we used to have house parties and whatnot. And then by the end of the party, I was the one always with the guitar, and my band was there, right? We always used to play guitar, sing. And anytime anybody used to compliment me that, hey man, you sound really good. You should actually try doing it full time.
Oh, wow.
And then I always used to answer by looking at the guitar that this does not feed you. And I proved myself wrong. When I first started, of course, I was not, when I started, it was not like, hey, a star is born. Never happened like that. But ever since I picked up the guitar, I've never been hungry.
Wow.
Yeah, it's always been abundance.
Nice.
It's always been more. And I have been blessed like for 9 years, and I never thought I could achieve this much. But I met the right people, I think, and the good people. And also I worked really hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have never had even a single moment of regret that I should go for engineering.
Okay, nice.
Never happened, because even when I started, I used to get calls from my previous employers like, hey, we have a project. If you'd like to go work on it, it's a really good project. But I was like, dude,
no. I'm
Not
good.
anymore. Not anymore. I had that dream of a guy singing, so no.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back. Yeah. So I would say no. No regrets. And that has been my philosophy. I don't believe in regrets.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like if it's done, you can only do better the next time. You don't have the option of doing better in the past.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good way of like thinking about it. So
Yeah, it actually helps when you actually overthink a lot.
yeah.
And if you want to overthink about past, you're done.
Yeah, I'm an overthinker. Like,
Yeah.
that's serious. It's
Yeah,
my
ditto.
favorite sport. So bad. And yeah, it sometimes does get in my way a lot. But
I know. It's like sometimes
it's kind of hard sometimes to like, because you know you're overthinking, and then you're like, how do I get out of this? And then you're
Exactly.
just thinking about how you're overthinking. You're like,
Yeah, it's like the time I'm getting late, and then I start looking at the time, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting late. If I go like that, oh my god, I'm getting late. More even about thinking it when I'm thinking about it.
yeah, instead
So,
of
yeah,
just like,
just doing stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes it gets in your way. Yeah, my wife will know. Yes.
she's just gonna be like, is she always? She's not an overthinker then.
I was even. Yeah, she also overthinks, but yeah, right now, even I was getting
Just in
late.
different stuff.
Today I was getting late actually.
Oh, but you weren't.
I know, but because she dropped me to the station, and yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess it happens, but it's fine. I mean, we're
yeah,
like, sadly,
we
a
have
lot
our
of
strengths.
yes, exactly. I mean, Latin culture, Mexican culture is like very bad with time, like with timing, with being like punctual and all of that. So it's like really hard.
That's one thing I've never heard.
Really?
No, I have a lot of Mexican friends, and yeah,
Oh, then they're lying. They're totally lying. I'm not saying there isn't like punctual people, but like like it is a thing. Like Latin culture is like late.
chill,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And Mexican is, of course, like there's a bunch of people that are just late, and it is how it is, you know? But yeah, hopefully that can change. I guess it may change, but it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Cool. Then whenever we are meeting again, I'm calling you half an hour before.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll probably be like, yeah, it's fine.
Hey, you're on time.
I also wanted to ask you about, you mentioned when you were like, when you go through these writer's block, you'd go to the Himalayas, and then you mentioned off camera a really nice story about you taking, because you're also into photography.
Oh yeah.
So you took a
Talking about-
picture. Okay, or you can tell that story.
Oh yeah, you guys have really good gear actually. That's kind of like what made me talk about it. Kudos on that. And so it's like I've been thinking about upgrading my camera, but I started liking. I really like looking at the stars. Okay, I'm sounding like a cliche actually. I go to Himalayas for that sounds so fancy.
I mean, I was gonna say,
And whenever I
like,
have writer's blocks, I just go to Himalayas.
I've never spoken to anybody
I don't.
that's been
share my-
like, oh, I just go to the Himalayas and like
get my ginger honey lemon on and just look
And
at
just
the mountains and write. Yeah, and it's always golden. Never happened. But yeah, some of it actually happened. And ginger honey lemon is big in Himalayas. If you go there, if you travel there, even you'll get these small shacks and they have the best food. It's like, it's not even a shack. It's like just somebody just, because
cart or like-
what are you going to get at 3,000 meters?
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And you go there and they make, there's this, I don't know if you have ever tasted, there's this instant noodles known as Maggi.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're like the same or they're like tropicalized, like depending
But
on.
Nestle Maggi, I
But
think.
yeah, Nestle, because Nestle is like, well,
Yeah.
it owns the world basically.
Yes. And, you go over there at that elevation, you get Indian masala chai, omelette, bread, Maggi.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah, you just go there and you're sitting on a rock.
Yeah.
And you're eating that stuff because the shack is made out of
Nothing.
tin.
Yeah, and like
and-
a piece of wood.
Yeah, a piece of wood. Exactly. So it's so good.
And maybe a little fabric just to like.
Yeah. Actually, when we used to go hiking, this one guy used to have a shack over there, and he told us a story that whenever I come, because the shack is closed 6 months because it snowed in, and when he comes back to open it, he has to find it again.
Oh.
He comes in and he digs it out, right, through snow and everything.
Oh my God.
He showed us the
wow.
photographs, and we thought he was kidding. Damn.
But it's true.
And they're the best hikers over there. It's like you go over there and
It's just they don't.
Yeah.
I guess
They'll
they're not
be-
like hikers. It's just like their lifestyle. Like
and they'll be
it's-
wearing pro gear that's like so costly, and they'll just tell you a story that so this guy from Scotland came, he really liked me and he gave me the shoes.
Oh, nice.
So that happened, and now he has a pair of Solomons for hiking, and now that's like and you really get to hear good stories. And actually, I would say that actually helps the writer blogs. For me, what I love is, as you can actually right now see, that I like stimulating conversation.
yeah.
Because I believe that if you're having a conversation which is stimulating enough, then at one point of time it becomes a conversation that you're having with yourself.
Yeah.
That
Because it's reflective.
Yeah, it becomes reflective,
Yeah.
and it actually opens up your mind. But it warms up
Something, the neurons,
mechanisms.
just like, yeah.
It's like, hey man, we're
It
clicking
oils
now.
up the gear and like, you're like, oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Now
And
I
then
am, so maybe I
then
should write about it.
Yeah, then an idea comes into shape.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, yeah. And then when did you decide, like, why did you decide to take that picture? Do you have that on your Instagram?
I made a different, actually, to be honest, I've done a lot of stuff. Especially and anybody who is a freelance musician, like it's independent musician, they will get to know that they will actually agree with me if you go on becoming an independent musician, you actually become a kind of like an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a road to
because you have to do
entrepreneurship.
everything.
Yeah,
You have to
and
know how to do
exactly.
everything, promote yourself and like sound tech and everything.
You'll have to be your own label.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with me. And I started learning photography for my own good.
Okay.
And then I was like, hey, it will also help me with the videos. I should make good videos for posting on social media.
You have really neat videos, like really neat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Check it out, people.
Yeah.
Thank you for marketing me like that. I'm really bad at marketing, but I like creating content.
Yeah, nice.
But even though I'm not, I've done some pretty decent work on marketing with my profile, but so I've also been a digital marketer.
Okay.
And with the all of this stuff happened in COVID period. But yeah, so I became a photographer. I learned Lightroom, then I learned Adobe Premiere Pro. I used to, watch tutorials before sleeping at night. And so it took me a year, and I got into that. I got into marketing. That's what happens actually.
Well done.
Yeah.
You got really productive during COVID.
And even you guys can resonate with that, I think, right?
Yeah. We were in Mexico and just, I don't know what our life was going to be like. But then because of COVID, we basically came here.
Awesome.
So
and how are you finding it?
Awesome. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, we're really happy. And it's really cool to because Paco started this project.
Oh yeah.
So it's been really cool. It's been really exciting and nice and fun.
Yeah, I'm loving it here.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
We're happy.
Especially the view is really beautiful.
I know, right? Especially today. Today is really nice outside.
Yeah.
Because it's not raining. It's not raining today. The sun is out and so lovely, so beautiful.
Yes.
You should write about it. I'm kidding.
No, it is beautiful. Yeah.
But it is beautiful, yeah.
Last few days before the rain.
Yeah.
Everybody's been scaring me about rain. It's like, yeah.
We had that same thing when we first came. Like everyone was telling us like, oh, enjoy the sun and like it rains for like blah, blah, blah. And then like we got it. We were like, oh, it does really rain a lot. Like a lot. But it hasn't right now. It's been really nice. So just, enjoy it.
Yeah. And everybody's been telling me that October was never this cold.
Yeah, but also neither was it this sunny. So
Yeah, win some, lose some.
yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So it's like it's cold, whatever. It's sunny. Take it. Stop
Exactly.
complaining.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's cold.
Okay, I will. I'm just kidding. So yeah.
And now that
oh yeah, we were talking about the story about photography and all.
yeah, like when
So I shot Milky Way. That's what you were talking about, I think.
yeah.
Am I
Did you-
hijacking this podcast?
No, you're not.
I'm not hijacking this podcast.
You're overthinking it.
I'm overthinking it. So yeah, and I bought a camera. I started learning photography. Then I sold that camera, bought a better camera.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
I tried shooting Milky Way from that camera,
And you were like,
that
no.
camera was like only the entry level camera. So it was like, hey, dude,
This is not gonna happen.
stop expecting rainbows. And yeah, so I went with a good camera, and I like riding bike. You know, I'm a biker. I like a motorcycle because I realized that over here, riding bike means cycle.
Yeah, like a.
So I would be telling a story to somebody, hey, so I was riding my bike in Himalayas, and they'll be like, hey, dude, you are super fit. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
I mean, I am, but no.
It's like, no, that's a motorcycle. Oh, that changed everything. Okay. But yeah, so I went there, and I like doing, solo riding. So I did that, and I went, there's this place, it's called the Moon Lake because it is shaped as the crescent moon.
Oh wow.
And it's called, I know it sounds so fancy, man. I'm listening to myself. But yeah,
It's okay.
it's called Chandar.
Be envious, people. Be envious.
So India is beautiful. It's an exotic country, really beautiful. We have everything. We have beaches and also mountains. We have world's, I want to say, fourth highest peak. I don't know. We're living close to Mount Everest, so it's okay. And anyway, yeah. So I shot that.
You went to that lake.
Went to that lake that night. It was minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Were you by
and-
yourself?
Yeah.
Were you going through a writer's block?
No.
Or was it just like I just want to go take a picture?
I wanted to do that writing, and that's what I used to do every summer whenever I used to get a chance. And you have to be fit to do that because it's a higher altitude. Because the shot that I took was at 4,000 meters,
Oh wow.
and there's really not much oxygen there.
Yeah, you can get mountain sick
Yeah. So
or die.
you will no. Well,
Oh, but just get mountain sick, I guess. And like
you can die, but you have to be really willing to do that,
yeah.
Like, hey, you know what I'm gonna do this time? Anyway, no. So I went there, and my head was aching because of less oxygen, right?
Yeah.
It happens. You don't get much sleep. So I stood there in minus 20, and I'm taking shots, and finally, like for 45 minutes, I took shots for time lapse,
Okay.
and finally made it. And for the reason I bought my camera was done then. And then I threw the camera there and ran. No,
Oh, I was like, what?
no, it's still with
What?
me.
Okay.
But
nice.
yeah, it was really dream come true when I saw that shot, and you didn't even need a camera for that. On that elevation, you can actually
Okay.
practically see it through your eyes.
Oh wow.
It's really beautiful. It's our home. It's Milky Way. It's our galaxy. Yeah.
And did you like afterwards, once you had that picture, did it sort of like maybe inspire you to write something or to like
Yeah. I would say there's a song that's going to be coming out soon, and it's called Astronaut.
oh wow.
And yeah, it's kind of like kind of like sometimes when you take not even the third perspective, I would say it will become a fourth perspective. Because that's what I wrote about actually. Astronaut is a song about anyone, because sometimes when you're going through something, you feel like that it is too much.
Yeah. You feel overwhelmed.
You
and
feel
like,
overwhelmed, and you feel like, oh my God, will I ever get out of it?
yeah.
It feels like a loop. It feels like a circle phase, a big phase that you're not able to just
Get out of.
cope up with.
Yeah.
Or, and at that point of time, it's kind of a relief if you go shift to the fourth perspective of a person that can actually see this like God from above. And maybe you can also see that, oh, then there's the phase that where it ends and life will be beautiful. And the beauty of life is that I believe it's like I've written a lot about this specific thing. Actually, there are like a couple of songs about that. Like I believe that there was this quote that I read someplace, and it actually resonated with me. It says that a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there.
Oh,
So it's like
that's true.
Yeah,
that's totally true. Yeah.
So basically, if you're going
because growth comes after being out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Like that's when growth happens.
Yeah, kind of like
because you're pushed to do something new.
Character development. It actually pushes you to become, when you learn to do it and when you know how to get out of this phase, and that's the lesson, and that makes you wise. And I would say that if it was not up to that, life will not be exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, because it would be predictable.
Yeah, just like an analog signal. I'm going to talk about engineering now, and also sound engineering. So it's an analog signal. It goes up and goes down in the negative and then goes up back again. So yeah, same thing like that. If it was just one line, it means you're dead. Yeah. Right? That's the medical meter when you go there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's still cool that I understand that you don't regret being a musician, but do you regret having studied engineering?
Oh, no.
No, right?
It actually helped me a lot. Now I can see it in the bigger picture.
Yeah.
That I can see it, that it actually helped build up my personality, and it helped me know a lot of things. It actually, opened my mind, and I will say whenever you get extensive into something, anything, it will not only give you one fruit that you desire, it will give you multiple fruits.
Yeah.
That you don't even get to know that, oh, now I am this person because I did that. But I only wanted to do that to reach someplace else.
Yeah.
But now I'm already at that place, and plus I have all these side benefits. So I don't know if that sounded confusing. It sounded easy in my mind.
No, but I totally get it. I had that similar feeling. I studied law in Mexico. And then I was like, so the way this happened is I didn't really like to do like litigation when I was studying law.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think it's my thing. I don't I didn't like it. I just didn't feel attracted to it or whatever.
Okay.
But somehow, because I didn't really do well in school, I wasn't really like good in school because I partied and I didn't really care and whatever.
Well, that's being the best in the school.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't really like great at it. So because of whatever reason, I didn't really look for a job in something that I liked within law, like because all of my friends were already doing stuff that they were liking early on their like first semesters of our career, and I just started to work in things that would give me money because I wanted to pay for my parties or like my
whatever lifestyle. At least you were responsible.
Yeah, exactly.
Responsible party people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I was almost gonna finish my career or my degree, and I was like, shit, like I have no experience, and now it's gonna be harder if I graduate and I don't have like any experience.
Yeah.
So the only job I got was actually someone who was Wawo. Hi, shout out to Wawo. So he was a now husband, but he was then a boyfriend or a guy that liked a good friend of mine.
Oh.
And so he was trying to like, I don't know, like do a courtesy to her, I guess. He might correct me, but I think that's what it was. And so I told him like, you know what, like I'm not good. Like my grades aren't great. But I'm really hard worker and I really need a job. Yeah. And so he was working at a law firm is working at a law firm that is only litigation.
Wow.
So he ended up getting me like the interview, and I believe I'm really good with interviewing, but with being interviewed, I'm really good at selling myself.
Oh.
I think it's a skill I developed or somehow.
That's a good skill.
So yeah. And so I got hired, and then I ended up falling in love with litigation. And then I still like moved on to another part or another area of law. And then I did like corporate, and then I did human rights law. And then when I was like doing human rights, I understood like all of my trajectory in law, like everything. I was like, oh, all of this has been useful now. Nice. And I feel a lot more like complete as a lawyer. Uh-huh. So I totally get like the whole like doing this and then being like, I don't regret it anymore. I was really feeling overwhelmed during that time. Well, but now I just get it, and it's fine. It was fine. Like it just made me a better lawyer. That's what I think. Yeah.
And that's first of all, thank you for sharing that with me. Yeah, I like that, and I like talking to people and knowing people. You know, getting to hear a story. That's nice.
Well, thank you for lending your ear.
Yeah, always. But that's actually what astronaut is about.
Nice.
So it's like
when is it coming out?
It's I'm so bad with releases, but yeah, I'm releasing a new song on 11th of November, and it's a Hindi song.
Oh wow!
And I'm releasing another track that is English in December, and that's a really good song. I like that song. It's like usually I'm the biggest critique for my music, but I really like that song. It's a good song. And even this one, I've been making good music because I'm in Canada. I'm in a good place. So and I love British Columbia. I'm loving it.
Nice.
So that's kind of the perspective I was talking about. Like in life, if you're going through something hard, you should never tell yourself that, hey, oh my God, it is so hard. You can always tell. It's like, for me, I would say that please cry a lot, as sad as you can feel, go for it. If you want to go for downers, go for it, like feeling sad, right?
Yeah.
But you should also tell yourself that, hey, you know what? There was a situation like 5 years ago, which you thought was impossible, right? Which thought got the best of you.
And it passed.
And now it means nothing.
Yeah.
Because you developed from that or through that, or I would say you gained. That thing, if it happens again, it will not bring you down with that power, because it does not have that power. And the only person who decides how much power anything has over you is you.
Yeah.
So everything that is not attached to you is you are giving them power that is not, kind of like a physical. It's a mental power.
Yeah.
So every situation can be avoided or won over. And
It's
sometimes
also, like I feel like if you I get it. Like if it's also sort of kind of like punishing yourself. Like if you get mad at somebody for whatever reason,
exactly,
because they made a mistake or whatever, but somehow like that person made a mistake, but like that's a person who should feel bad because they did whatever they did, and somehow you're punishing yourself by being angry and just like going through all of this emotions that just are like really negative and like really taking a toll on your time, on your mental health, emotional, and you're punishing yourself for something that someone else did. So it's like, don't punish yourself.
Exactly. It's like, for sometimes if you take it for a longer period of time. I have a story.
Go for it.
A lot of people might have already heard it. Like, to be honest, like one of my first bosses, and he's now my best friend, and he lives in Germany. Harvey, hi. So so he told me this story. It's like that a professor walks into the class. There's a glass. Okay, I saw the glass. Let's cheers. Let's finish it. Finish. Damn. So.
You're just doing it like a Mexican. Yeah, you're just like, and then the beer. It's like, that's how it goes. Yeah, that's how it is.
So I have a new spirit animal now.
Yeah.
But the professor did not have mezcal in the glass, so right there was a glass.
Wait, that ambulance is really loud. Sorry. Just so we could, go for it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just feel like when I hear the sirens, and over here it's quite
Often,
yeah.
Every other
and
minute.
I feel really bad for the person, who's in the car right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, even in India I used to do that. Like I used to send a blessing
Yeah.
just like that, It's like, okay, whoever it is. But then I used to think, you know what overthinking is? I know
This.
but it's like I used to think that what if I send a blessing to a person that's a bad person?
Oh my God.
Right? So anyway, okay, coming back. RV, we are again back at the topic, the story that you told me. And the story was that the professor has this glass and it is filled with water, right? So he picks up the glass, he points towards the glass and talks to the class, tells them what will happen if I hold this glass for 5 seconds, and the class went like nothing. And then he goes, what will happen if I hold this glass like this and for 1 hour? The class said, maybe you'll start feeling pain
Like you're,
in your arm, right? And your hand, in your joints. And he's like, yeah, you're absolutely correct. And what will happen if I hold this glass for a day or a week? And children started making, jokes, going like, hey, you might get paralyzed. You might might have to call ambulance for you to get you down to the hospital. And then he said, yeah, you're absolutely, this could happen. It's like there's a possibility. So then he goes like that, the glass is problems in life.
Yeah.
If you think about it for 5 seconds, nothing happens. 1 hour, you might feel pain in your head. If you keep it for a week or month, a day,
It gets really bad.
it actually paralyzes you and it actually stops you from living, from doing anything else. So by the end of the day, put the glass down.
That's a good story.
That's what, I liked it.
Yeah.
Got
that's
my
a good
attention.
story. Yeah.
So that's what I try to do whenever I get home. I want a time, not when I'm creating music, it's like whenever I'm creating music, I always like working late hours. Like, yeah, a lot of musicians love that because I'm not.
Do you become a night owl?
Night owl,
like when you're doing, when you're doing
Exactly.
music. Yeah.
It's like sleeping at 4,
Oh wow.
3.
Yeah.
Over
Do
here,
you feel more creative during that time?
yes. It's
Do you
kind of
think
like,
it's because the city is quieter,
I would
or
say,
it's because like
Yeah.
the night is like your muse, or both?
that's a nice way to put it. Like night is like my muse. But I would say I enjoy this. I know a lot of people like the quietness. For me, what I relate to is that after 2 p.m., it's like I have this thought in my head that everybody is sleeping and I'm the one who's awake.
Yeah.
I like this thought to think about it.
Yeah.
That I'm the one who is awake and everybody else is sleeping and I'm the only one who's here in this moment.
Feeding off their dreams.
I feel
Okay.
I feel the void
Okay. Yeah.
in my own mental brain, like overthinker brain.
Yeah.
It tells me that, hey, dude, you're good. You're the only one who's awake right now. You can do whatever you want. So
yeah. You won't be judged.
that gives me a void that creates a bubble around me. And at that moment, my bubble is bigger,
Okay.
than the usual
Yeah.
days. So I would say that.
Okay, good. Nice. And so the song you're releasing on November 11th isn't the one called Astronaut. It's another one?
Oh, yeah. It's a Hindi track.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you mentioned it's a Hindi track.
Yeah.
Nice. November 11th is actually the birthday of my best friend. which is really-
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. Happy birthday, Tanya. So do you have more plans on releasing music during, or is it just that single on November 11th?
Part of the reason that I'm here is like to create a lot of music.
Nice.
Because in these 9 years, I've been blessed to have gotten shows, and my management in India, hello guys, they have been like really helpful to me and they have been really understanding. And I'm also working on projects over here. And
Okay.
I'm really happy for that. And it's But yeah, in these 9 years, I have only performed, I would say. I was not able to take out a lot of
Okay.
music.
Okay.
And since I told you, like when I joined this field of music, I had 100 songs, right?
Yeah.
And now I have 400 songs.
Oh wow,
So
that's a
I've
lot.
been making a lot of music
Yeah.
and releasing too less,
Yeah.
right? So that's why a part of the reason that I'm here is that, of course, meet my wife. And yeah, I love her. And to meet my wife and create a lot of music, release a lot of music. And yeah, it's like before joining the, season again,
Yeah.
going on the shows with the, putting the show on the road. Before doing that, I would like to release at least 10 to 12 songs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah, good. So we're happy that you're doing it.
Thank you.
I guess it's still good that you, like, even though you haven't released music, the best way to actually know a song works is if you play it live. Like it's like a workshop.
I've released 8 tracks till date. And
That's- yeah.
but in the end, it's too less for 9 years.
Yeah. It's not like proportional to. And do you still, like, from those 400 songs, do you still choose like a specific set to play, like when you play, or do you still choose from the whole, like, your whole
No,
inventory?
Because these 400 songs, they are not completely made.
Okay.
Some of them are ideas of a certain length.
Oh, okay.
And like the other ones, yeah. So I have a lot of songs, like demos, I would say 150.
Okay.
And I have that, but I don't choose it from them. I only choose which are okay to perform alone, right? Without the
Yeah.
band sometimes.
Okay, yeah, which makes sense, yeah. And are they all Hindi, or are they like a mix
Yeah,
of both?
It's bilingual, yes.
Nice.
It's English and Hindi, and some of them are also English Hindi. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I did perform one song in Guilt & Co as well. It's called Come Away. And yeah, that's part Hindi, part English.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we made that song during sound checks. We used to do sound checks at our shows.
Okay.
Yeah. So we never, I really never made that song, like wrote it. It just came. Everything from lyrics to music, it's been made.
Oh, so it was like really, wow, like
Yeah.
on the fly almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. And that's a new.
Dave Grohl played here at not Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters played at
Yes.
at the Biltmore. Was it the Biltmore?
Wow, really?
Years and years ago. So the first time they played There Goes My Hero was here in Vancouver at that place, yeah.
Were you
And I wish. And they wrote it the night before they played it. So yeah, it was like crazy. Yeah, I wish I would have been here, but no, of course not. But yeah, I guess it's a common thing to have like something just like be in the moment.
Yeah.
And then it just goes. It's like almost on the fly or on the fly. Yeah. Cool.
Yes. Yeah. So what about you guys?
Well, we're just, chilling, having fun, with the podcast. Yeah.
And you guys have been doing like a really good job. It's like I was watching your Instagram.
Thank you.
And I'm liking the graphics and everything. I would like to compliment you guys on
that,
that.
That's all Paco.
And yeah, I really enjoyed the thumbnail, even on the gas down sessions.
Really, yeah, they're so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paco's getting shy, like, oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, you should bow down. Yes.
Yeah, he's
Take
really
a bow. Yeah, sorry, not bow down. Take a bow.
So you're releasing new music. Do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah, actually, but I'm having a show on November 3rd. It's a festival, Indian festival known as Diwali.
Oh,
It's a festival
right.
of lights where we light candles to enjoy prosperity, celebrate prosperity and positivity and the victory. It's basically made on a story about about a victory over bad, victory of good.
Oh,
over
right.
the
Okay.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is associated with the Indian epic Ramayana,
Okay.
and in India we call it Ramayan. So it's a story about one of our gods
Okay.
and how he actually won against
Over
over
evil.
evil. Yes.
Yeah,
So that's
okay.
kind of like, yeah. And even some Japanese animators, they also made a movie on that. So that's also very nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you have that show.
I have that show in Surrey.
Okay.
Like, and also next month I'm performing at Second Floor Gas Town again. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, might be even on Christmas. So let's see.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm loving performing over here.
Yeah.
Because over here people are so open in that sense. Like even if I'm singing English originals, as I told you, people have been welcoming. So I'm really enjoying it. And even the set that I did 2 days ago, I really sang like 50% of the originals, and people really enjoyed it. And
Nice.
I love it. I love performing my original music, and I think I can make if I can make a career out of it, that is the dream come true.
Great. Well, that sounds good. I really hope it
Thank you.
it pans out the way
Yeah.
you're hoping it to be. Because you're doing what you love. And it's just so nice to have.
And ditto. I think you guys are also doing what you love.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
So cheers to that.
Yes.
I'm just gonna give you the last.
Okay.
Just for the cheers.
I'm not scared.
Don't be scared. It's just the last one.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm really bad at pouring. Just a little bit, just to do the nice
Yes.
last cheers. There you go. Okay.
I like the bottle.
Thank you. It's one of my favorite mezcales.
Yeah.
It's really popular in Mexico.
Mezcales.
Mezcales, because it's plural.
Okay.
Mezcal or mezcales, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Cheers, Dhruv, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers. Morena. Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah.